There's some hesitation with some home-run businesses where,
Personal property.
what's that?
Personal property tax?
Yeah. So some don't want to be recognized and get a little jittery when we're coming out and soliciting them. So that's been a hurdle since we created the affiliate membership. So it's a great thing for us. We get more people involved, more collaboration, and obviously we collect some fees. But I don't think if there's 100 of them that we would get more than 25% even with a concerted effort. So.
And I deliberately haven't been putting too much effort into that because there's some policies we're working on and web improvements that would enhance an affiliate, the benefits to an affiliate member that I don't think are the best right now.
Right, I know a ton of people who work from home, including myself, and it's, but I don't know what the advantage to someone who has a home-based business would be to joining.
So the first level at 75, you get your name listed on the website, so you can search by different categories that you are. So you're on that, and you can sponsor events and be involved. But I guess anyone can do that, but it doesn't make sense for non-business. And then the next level that you can be spotlighted on Facebook and the newsletter. So I don't know if you received the newsletters. We always spotlight a business every month, and then we try to highlight them surrounding events too, and want to include that on Instagram and on Facebook to do that. We have ideas of doing videos to businesses as time allows, as long as they're members. Affiliate member or within the district, it doesn't make a difference.
Trustee McKay?
I did remember one thing that I think one of the purposes that we were going to bring this up in COW is to, with events, you're planning, I'm proposing a new event this year in the fall. And so because it's a new event, I don't know if time allows tonight, but the bid was nervous about sort of coming at within a regular time frame to submit a permit for a new event and then having the board, have concerns or not supporting it. And so, I think we only have 30 minutes. I think we only have a few minutes, but is that something that you wanted to talk about tonight in terms of the fall event and how it might be different and just get some initial feedback from the village board around?
Yeah, so the idea was started by Arthur and Sarah Denise, the marketing coordinator, before I even started. And it started off as literally tables in the street and some things surrounding it, and then it's grown into more of a cultural, I don't want to say foodie, but an activity-based street festival. And we did decide we definitely are going to keep the feast or short feast as the title because we don't want people to think it's your normal ruckus live bands everywhere. That's not the intent of it. But it is going to go from hopefully Brat House, but at least Kenmore, but then it would still have to be cut off at Capitol anyway, all the way up to Three Lions. So a true festival like all other communities have. So we wanted it in the fall, so it's September 21st. There's not a lot of other things going on in the region, so that's why we picked that date.
And
So the request would be to close the street.
that's what I was just going to say. So the intent of, we've never had the bid, thank you for putting it in the operating plan. I don't think we've ever had it outlined what the events were going to be for the year, but Rebecca and I and Trustee McKay advised it would be great because then you have some assurance that the village isn't going to turn around and pull the rug out from underneath you. And so just know that approving the operating plan, it's a street closure. I know that there's been some concern in the past and that tonight would be a good time to talk about at least any of those concerns before we would adopt it. Because once we adopt it, there's things that you still are going to talk about, meaning, barricades and police services and payments for those things.
We're not going to ask for any dollars from the village of barricades or anything.
You learned your lesson well. We're not going down that road again.
But in general, the concept of the
Kenmore,
event would be approved tonight. Rebecca.
The access to the metro
Well, it's
market
really Capitol of Glendale because barricades always will block out.
and the businesses on Oak.
We've been organically talking to a lot of them.
That'll be good for them.
Mhm.
I do remember when I was on the bid board, they were talking about this before even the election, so
Mhm.
it's been a while.
And I've been doing my homework at other street festivals.
Rebecca?
So one of the items that's on the village board's list of things to be discussed in the cow is development of a special event permit policy. So know that we'll communicate with you in terms of when those discussions with the village board will start. But I'm hoping that that's something that we can finish in the first quarter. So I just want to let you know that that's coming. So those discussions of police services and how are these events should range and what services the village provides, I'm sure will be on the table. So I'm not sure what will come from that discussion, but wanted to inform you that we're going to be having that. So we'll welcome your participation.
Trustee Bachhorst.
And while we have these guys here, maybe we should talk about the interest some board members have expressed in doing a joint effort with the village and the bid for Halloween trick-or-treating at night.
Next year, yes. Just in case you're interested.
We always talk about this at the last minute and how the bid should have been involved. So know that some people may be seeking your opinion and involvement or interest to
Collaborate.
see if there's an interest.
So this would be a Halloween within the bid district?
It's not my idea.
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't support it, but I don't.
And we ended up canceling ours to Saturday because there was really too much Sunday and then Wednesdays, they did too much.
Too much Halloween, huh?
Too much Halloween.
For the parents.
I mean, you guys come to my house on Sunday because it's just like nonstop for 2 or 4, how many hours it is, and then we've got the secret trick-or-treat night, and it's just
Oh,
like.
you're in one of those elite blocks
This is
that
nonstop.
does,
Well, the
on
one
Halloween
over
proper.
for Morris does not do it, Woodburn does do it.
I love the Halloween conversation, 6:29 Rebecca's telling me, so does anyone have any other, I will look forward to this conversation
Yeah.
leading up to October. Does anyone have any other questions on the operating plan? Trustee Mendon?
I just wanted to say, I mean, so we're talking about the shenanigans again, which will close the street,
Just the one block.
the bike race, now is third event, and we have a Packers event, so I think that's 4 events. Closing Oakland, it detours buses, which inconveniences those residents who have to take a bus, and possibly those residents who have mobility issues and have to go farther to get to a bus stop. And I don't know, frankly, streets are for driving on and parking on, and I'm just not in favor of closing. I mean, once or twice a year, personally, and I may be very unpopular for saying this, but the shenanigans event, I thought, was a little too much like alcohol oriented for me, for my taste. That's the St. Patrick's Day one, right? Yeah. I'm just not big on closing the streets, That's just my
We are
opinion.
making some changes to what we know we could have done better at the last shenanigans and putting out more space, putting the stage back a little farther to have more room for kid activities.
And I think the feast will be a much bigger celebration of everything in Shorewood. It'll be
It's not about
groups, it will involve all the groups here in Shorewood, all the different committees. I mean, Shorewood Rec, there'll be things for the whole family to do, and I think people in Shorewood really appreciate when cars aren't driving on streets too. I think people really love the idea of walkable streets and walking out onto the streets. I've never seen people so happy on those events where they get to just walk around in Oakland. It's just people are so excited about it, and that's like before they're really drunk. After they're really drunk, they're really excited
I
about
would
it.
say, the shenanigans event, combining St. Patrick's Day and all of our enjoyment on excessive alcohol consumption with children's activities is, maybe not the best combination of things.
I think you live and learn on that one, yeah.
The
Trustee-
early thing was fabulous.
Bachhorst?
I will say that I do appreciate street festivals, as does my family, my son, and I, respectfully disagree, we have different opinions on this, but my son, he was 14 at the time, told me that he has never seen more people out in Shorewood than, I believe it was the shenanigans last year, and having been in the marketing committee and been in a variety of committees in this village, it's a great way to bring people into the village, and I would imagine for the good.
Yeah, well, it's just a quick example. I pitched the idea to the Shorewood Foundation to get they had a Shark Tank event where you could pitch and you could, so I walked in and I did the pitch for Shark Tank, and I asked for asked for some money, pitched the idea to them, and wanted their involvement in it as well. But afterwards, the feast. But afterwards, Enzo, Lisa from Just Goods, her son came up to me. I mean, Enzo's probably 10 years old. And he's like, Arthur, I hope this happens. I would love it if this were to happen. This is so cool. Thank you so much for what you're doing, you know. And it's just so cool to see a kid take the initiative to come up and just express it. I know he's only 10, so it doesn't, you know, he doesn't have, he doesn't have issues with getting out on the street and that sort of thing. But you know, it's just cool to see the people, you know, the people coming out and appreciating that. And I think a lot of it will be a big, you know, we're gonna have also a fundraiser for the farmers market too. So it's just gonna be a big celebration for all the good things here in Shorewood. Hopefully not as much drinking as the shenanigans was.
I would just like to add before we close the discussion, that we always focus on the kids, but there's a large population of seniors. So if there's anything we can incorporate into a feast, seniors like to eat as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term. I think it's elderly adults. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm always wrong on the right way to classify people.
We
But
got
people
that
over
too.
55.
We got that too.
Yes, and I know that they really would. If we could find a way to make it very welcoming for that segment of our population, it would go a long way.
100%. I 100%. You know, I think we'll, you know, through, you know, we'll definitely staff it with volunteers that'll help people across the street, you know, that will help, you know, people get to and for where they need to be. So, you know, we'll have that resource there as well.
That would be great. And even to advertise would be fabulous. Okay, does anyone else have any closing comments? And we're not taking a vote on this today, so thank you so much for attending and for filling us in. We will see you next meeting, November 19th? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next item on the agenda is to go into closed session. Is that correct? Okay, so I will read it. Ready? Okay, would someone like to make a motion to go into closed session? Trustee McKay.
I make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to ordinance 19 -85 for bargaining reasons regarding the police union agreement, and 2, to deliberate or negotiate the purchasing of public property regarding the village fire station.
I'll second.
Okay, this is a roll call vote. We have a motion and a second. Trustee Amenta.
Aye.
Trustee Maher.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Carpenter.
Aye.
Trustee McKay.
Aye.
Trustee Bachhorst is excused, and President Rozak, aye. So we are now in closed session.
Yep.
If you want to just